All right. At Arlen Specter's town hall meeting today, he was besieged with some of the most incredible buffoonery. I've said it before, and you probably have too, to think that I share a country, I share living space, I share oxygen with some of these people who you're about to hear is just stunning. Let's just run it. This is the town hall meeting that Senator Arlen Specter, Democrat of Pennsylvania, held today.
Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
I am opposed to anybody making a decision for you or me or anybody else about what health care plan we will have. Everybody ought to be able to choose what they want.
You're taking our kids' future and post office and taking our kids' future and driving it right into the toilet. We cannot afford this. Period. Keep the government out of it. We're doing just fine. Thank you, sir.
And we have no more money. We have no more money.
Page 425 of the bill, which according to my interpretation, requires seniors, folks like us,
here we go,
Senator, to have mandatory counseling every 5 years for dying with dignity. That's kind of scary.
But in our social compact, we have provision to see to it that we take care of people who need some help.
But the good hearts of the people will do that.
Support our right to free speech, which has a very chilling effect on that, is the White House collecting emails from people who say they're not supporting the health care system.
Oh, my God.
And the White House keeping track of people who could be viewed as political opponents to the health care bill.
Let's focus on those minor problems. Let's focus on tort reform. Let's focus on helping people carry their coverage over to a new job. But leave us alone. That's all we would ask. Would you leave us alone? I would like to ask you today if you would commit to working on those problems rather than throwing everything into turmoil.
I can't even put food on the table because you want to decide that, it's bad for the environment for somebody to produce something and provide me a job. I draw the line. I see the things that my government is doing. They are not working for us. They are working against us.
Would you go back to Washington and represent us first as an American and tell Mr. Obama he's an American, and if not, there's other countries?
Listen to this. Listen to this.
If I want to spread my wealth around, it will be to my children, grandchildren, to my community, to my church of my choosing. I do not think the government has the right to do that. I would think, I'd have to brush up on my Constitution, but I would think that's unconstitutional. I know definitely it's un-American.
And we're not scared here, Senator. We aren't. What we want is trust. And apparently in Washington, D.C., there is no trust. The American people do not like what's going on.
We went through an ice age and came out of an ice age without cars or factories, and we'll probably do it again. But when it comes to taxes and taking more of my money, that's where I draw the line.
You know what the bill does say, and I can cite the page and the number? There will be no health care until you are born. While that baby is in the mother, we don't count that as a person. I can cite the page and the number. Medicaid and CHIP will only cover, quote, at the time of birth, close quote.
Oh, my God.
The Senate bill has not yet been written. I do not believe there will be any change in the Hyde Amendment. This lady asked a question about whether people would have to pay in a health plan for somebody else's abortion, and the answer is no.
Will you ever vote for a bill that gives non-U.S. citizens access to a taxpayer-paid free health insurance?
Number 11. Number 11.
Goddamn outsiders.
Number 11. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. You got the microphone.
And these, by the way, these are not talking points. These are my own. Obama talks about $600 billion. The Congressional Budget Office talks about $1.1 trillion. I have spent 40 years in government, and I've never seen a program come in at the right price and stay at that
Oh, Jesus. God.
I am a Republican, but first and foremost, I'm a conservative. I don't believe this is just about health care.
No.
It's not about TARP. It's not about left and right. This is about the systematic dismantling of this country.
Yeah.
I'm only 35 years old. I have never been interested in politics. You have awakened the sleeping giant. We are tired of this. This is why everybody in this room is so ticked off. I don't want this country turning into Russia, turning into a socialized country. My question for you is...
Russia is not a socialist country. Oh, well, never mind.
What are you going to do to restore this country back to what our founders created according to the Constitution?
Well, there are a few people who didn't stand up and applaud, but not too many. I get a fairly firm message from the support you have. Many people who are in need of assistance on health care. I have a number of people with me today who have very tragic stories to tell about their own situation. But we want to maintain constitutional law, and I'm committed to do that.
I would like to state that...
Give him the mic. Just a second.
Show of hands of people... Thank you, Senator. Can I say a show of hands of the people in this room believe we have the right to share our views with our elected officials? Okay. Take that to Nancy Pelosi.
Well, let me...
Oh, wow! This is Soviet Union. This is Maoist China. This is incredible for the United States of America.
Oh, my
So
God.
the people in this room want their country back.
Stay in touch. I'll be back next year. But if I'm reelected, I'll be back the year after that.
Oh, my God. This is not Soviet Russia. That doesn't exist anymore. This is not Maoist China. That doesn't exist anymore either. These people are so goddamn stupid. I mean, just mind-bogglingly stupid. You don't want health care? Well, then, what is it you do want? You see, but these people are not about... They're not about not wanting health care. They're about being, no offense to sex workers, little whores for the pharmaceutical and medical industrial complex. These people don't have a clue what they're protesting. They don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know. I'm like I said before, if I were Obama at this point, I would probably just face the audience, give everybody the finger and say, okay, no health care for you. No health care for you! You know, be the health care Nazi. Since Nazi seems to be the word these people like to banter around, somebody trying to work out a health care problem for America, and they're called a Nazi. Whereas someone who invades two countries, suspends civil rights, locks people up, tortures people, sets up private prisons, if you call that son of a bitch a Nazi, you're being un-American.